to rock? Guys ready to listen?
I think so.
So Bezrat Hashem, I see that many people, many of our wonderful, gorgeous people are struggling with their self-esteem. They don't understand why, for an example, they for one day want to serve the Creator with all their heart, and they have inner passion for that, and they're desiring the wisdom, and in the next day they crash so badly, and they can't understand. They cannot find the reason why they're crashing and falling so low, why they're getting to such domestic places, to such horrific, dark places, and they seem to like it. Even sometimes they seem to enjoy doing bad things. Like, for an example, I remember a conversation I had with a friend that told me that he enjoys making his wife suffer, and it's crazy because he understands it's wrong, and he enjoys that thing. And you try to think about those reasons why in the world a person will enjoy doing bad things to someone he likes, to someone he loves, or someone that is addicted to drugs or whatever. People are even addicted to cough syrup. People are going to low places, and you know that it's damaging you. People smoking weed on daily basis. People are drinking alcohol on daily basis. People are destroying, sabotaging their own lives, and they know they hurt themselves, and they keep on taking themselves to those places. And you ask yourself why, and people ask themselves why for one day I'm hoping for salvation, and I'm all into working on myself and becoming a better person, and in the next day I'm shooting my own leg, I'm destroying myself. So people start to think that they themselves are very shaky and not stable, and they immediately criticize themselves and blaming themselves for their lackings, for their weaknesses, for those downs. And then they define themselves as crazy, as lost cases. There's no chance to heal a person like me. There's no way to treat someone in my condition, in my position, with struggles like mine. And every one of my students that is sending me this type of message, but Rav, you don't know what I've done, I did the worst thing, I'm laughing, it's a joke. You think that you're so horrible, but in reality, you're not even being judged in the way that you judge yourself. The Ari Kadosh, the holy, righteous, flaming fire Ari Kadosh, said to his student Rabbi Chaim Vital. Rabbi Chaim Vital, by the way, he passed away in the same date that I was born, Rabbi Chaim Vital, Lamed Ben Nisan, the 30th day of the month of Nisan. It's the first day of the month Iyar, the month that comes next. So Rabbi Chaim Vital had an issue with anger. He had a bad temper, it's written in his books. Maybe you don't want to compare his anger to your anger. You want to say that he had a minor anger, he had small anger. But if you're going to read his book, that he himself describes his anger problem, you will understand that there was a person over there that struggled with anger problems. He wrote about himself that he was walking in the field with one of his friends, and he got upset on his friend, and he was shouting at him. So you see that it's a person. He went and talked to his friend, and his friend was annoying him again, did something that Rabbi Chaim Vital didn't like, and anger came from inside of him and overpowered his sense, and he went hard on him and was angry. So Ari Kadosh, his rabbi, was teaching him and told him, you are a holy man, you're a righteous man, you need to be the one who I will teach, you're the one who has the merit to to take my teachings and to shine them out to the world, and no one else is worthy for those teachings except for you. And for Rabbi Chaim Vital it was very hard. Rabbi Chaim Vital told him all the time, how can you praise me in such great ways when I know my lackings? Like today I failed with anger, like I know myself, like he had issues with Shlom Bayit, he was not getting along with his wife, like he went through things in his life, and he was aware to his weakness, to his lacking. So he asked Ari HaKadosh, why are you praising me? For what? Like I know myself, I'm very far from being perfect. So the Ari HaKadosh told him, your problem is that you think that in heaven they're judging you like you judge yourself, but they're not. Think about an ant that will judge herself for not being able to carry the same weight like an elephant. It's a joke. She's so tiny, she doesn't have no way in the world to carry 1% of what the elephant is able to carry on his back, because he's gigantic. But if you're going to look deep, you're going to understand that the ant actually, in reality, is way stronger than the elephant, because she's able to carry 8 times more of her weight on her back with her jaw. She's able to take 8 times of her own weight, and an elephant can never do that. So you see that there is an aspect that she is really based and compared on who she is, her real nature, the nature of her creation by God. She's way stronger than the elephant, but she's not able to carry the same weight. So you look at yourself and you judge yourself. Oh man, I'm so horrible. I'm not waking up in the mornings. I can't learn 1 page. I'm not able to focus in my prayer. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But in reality, you might be way stronger than someone else. And you know why? Because you're confronting a in life in such dark days with so much pressure around you, and you're surviving it. If you would take a person from an earlier generation and gonna bring him to our time, he would freak out and leave the world in an hour. He would kill himself. 2000 and more years ago, when the Talmud has been written, the Gemara, the Chachamim, the righteous ones of that generation, wrote that they're praying not to reincarnate, to come again in a new lifetime to this world in the days of Mashiach. Why? Because they won't be able to stand in the tests of the last generation. So now wake up and smell the roses. You are dealing with the challenges of that last generation, and you are holding on, and you are surviving. I am surviving. You're surviving. Even if you wake up and do something small like washing your hands with a cup, or just saying a certain bracha during the day, or you hold yourself and even just before sunset you put your tefillin, you did something great that day. If you're able to work on your midot, on your behaviors, on your manners, and you try to be a better person, that's not obvious. That's not for granted. In our days, people are losing every thread of sanity. People are losing any connection to be normal and good. You have people that are waking up to be evil from morning till night, and they're just going and doing horrible things, hurting other people, scamming, cheating, lying, stealing, frauding, doing horrible things, hurting people's emotions. You have people that their lust and desires are in peak of priority, and they couldn't care less about no one else. They don't care what you will think, what that poor woman will think and feel, what those people will think, what children will feel, if they will be traumatized for life. They couldn't care less. It's not on their table. It's not on their plate. They just distract their thoughts from that and running to fulfill their lusts and desires. So in a world that is holding in that horrible place, you're one of the angels that are holding on. You're one of those pure ones that are able to pull pull that ship, to sail that ship to the other bank, to the other side, to the place of salvation, toward the sunrise. And that's our mission. And why are we on that mission? Why we have been chosen? That's a story that I told many times. But in reality, I'm aware to the fact that many of my students are new students, because all the time you have movements in the social media world, and people are getting in and out. So I'm going to tell you that story again for all those wonderful guys that joined us in the last couple of years. And there is that amazing story tale that is written in ancient scripts in the Midrashim, that Hashem, the Creator, before He created the world, He consulted with all the souls, the potential souls that were about to come down to this world. The Creator called them for a conversation, to sit and speak with them and to hear their opinion. And He would ask each and every one of those souls, what do you think about the world, and what do you want to do in this world? Like, who you want to be, which role you want to take in this world. And every one of those people said his heart, of those souls said their heart, and they've been divided to groups, to sections. One group said, we want to pray hard, and one group said, we want to learn your wisdom, we want to learn Torah, dedicate our lives to the Torah. One said, we want to suffer for you. One group said, we want to die for you. One group said, we want to praise you. Like each and every one of the groups of the souls said their truth. There was one special group that said to Hashem, we want to be the last group. We don't want to be asked now. We want to be the last one to be asked. So Hashem respected their request, and He kept them to the end. When their turn came and the Creator asked them, alright, which role you want to take, which position you want to take in the world, they answered to Him, we want you to tell us what you want us to do. We don't want to say. We want you to tell us what is your wish from us, what you want us to do. So Hashem said to that very precious and dear group, He told them, I want you to come down to the world in the last generation, and you're going to go to the lowest place that the world will reach. And from that bottom of hell, from that rock bottom, you're going to scream to me for me to redeem you. And when I'm going to listen and hear your request and redeem you, I will redeem the whole wide world with you by the merit of your shouting, of your prayer. And those souls are us. You and me and they and them and everyone. We are those precious godly souls. We are here for one purpose: to change the world, to remove the curtain, to reveal the loving kindness of the Creator to all His creations, and to bring the light back to its place. That's what we're here for. If you're going to make the money that you lack of, you won't be happy. I'm sorry to disappoint you. If you're going to get married, if you're still not married, you're not going to be satisfied from that as well. Unfortunately, I must inform you of that. If you're going to get that car that you're stuck without, if you're going to buy that house, any of those things that you dream and tell yourself that you must have, I promise you, if you're going to receive those things, you will not complete your lacking, and you will not find satisfaction in life. Because as long as you're going to know that your friends are in trouble, that there are people that are suffering from plagues like cancer and AIDS and whatever, and that people are suffering from horrible poverty, and that children are being molested in every single city, in every state in the world, you can't be happy. As long as you know that people are sick and dying from sorrow and pain and grief, you know that people are suffering so badly. And therefore, the only solution for our condition is complete redemption. And complete redemption means that the Creator will come back to us and reveal His unconditional love on us, and will change rules of nature from being forced to evil and to decrees of heaven's court and judgments, and to reveal only the loving kindness of the Creator. Only when the leadership of heaven will change and kindness and grace will control and rule all, then we will find comfort. And therefore we must wake up and understand that we should not allow ourselves to keep on searching and seeking for small minor things to satisfy ourselves with. Just we need to, from morning till night, to desire Hashem, and to desire the truth with all our hearts, and to go and do whatever it takes to bring redemption to the whole wide world, and to heal and to support and to love and to care and to work on ourselves to fix with no end. And if you're tuned and you listen to me, you're going to hold hands with me, and we're going to make that journey together, side by side, hand in hand, step by step, and we're going to push the darkness away in one line, straight line, until we will set free and redeemed all the lost souls from their low self-esteem and darkness and sadness that they are trapped in, that there will be no one left behind, and we will redeem this world from his horrible time in exile, and the light will shine back upon us all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Rabbi Dror.
Questions, please.
Question. Okay, so the first question is, somebody asked, why when somebody goes through something very spiritual, and I'll give you an example after I say that question, why does their body feel weird afterwards, the day after, 2 days after, 3 days after? For example, like Uman. This is my personal experience. When I go to Uman, I literally feel like a walking zombie, like something is missing inside of me, and it's kind of like I'm on autopilot. My body's kind of going, but I don't really feel connected.
So when the soul is rising to a higher level, to a higher zone, so then when it comes back to the body, it comes back renewed and refreshed and shinier and brighter. And for the body, it's like it takes time for the adjustment, because the body is thick and heavy and physical, and for it to be a vessel to a higher level of spirituality is something that takes time. It takes time for that adjustment, and that's the feeling that the person feels, like a little bit untuned. He feels a little bit like blurry or confused or dreamy, but that's a natural reaction to a spiritual experience, and there is nothing wrong with that, and it's just a process of settling in the new higher level that you achieved by experiencing that spiritual experience.
I understand. Thank you. And somebody said, how will we know when the redemption is starting? Will we feel anything? Will we feel something physical, spiritual?
So, by what I know, first of all, it's already started. And it started a few years ago with a great movement of awakeness in the world. From what had been revealed to me, this process already started a few years ago, and we can see results for that. We see huge awakeness between the nations, and we have many signs for the redemption that is coming. When the holy lost tribes of Israel are waking up in hundreds of thousands of them and reaching to Judaism and to the messengers of the Jewish wisdom, calling them for help and asking them to help them to convert and to come in the gates of purity and holiness, this is the most clear sign that the spirit of Mashiach is back in town and hitting waves and washing the world with the spirit of heaven.
Thank you. The last question is, somebody asked, because Hebrew is it's like a code to the existence, right? Like God spoke and it was created, and all other languages are secondary, so to say, where they're just literally for the means of communicating from one to another. When somebody sees signs and symbols and certain things throughout their day, not in Hebrew, but in English or in Spanish or in any other language, can that also be messages from the Creator, from angels, from spirits, from things like that?
yes, and 100% yes. And to say that Hebrew is, let's say, higher than the other languages, it's like to compare one type of food to another. Means, for an example, let's say that bread is the highest quality food that exists. Okay, it's the main thing in the meal, in the Suda. Healthy bread, good bread, and with from whole wheat or whatever, like good bread. Okay, we're like, let's not think about our generation that is looking to be gluten free, but like just let's try to imagine the highest quality of food, that let's say that is bread. And now you're asking me if I can also eat tomatoes, or if I can also eat bananas or apples or celery. So the answer is for sure yes, you should eat all food ingredients, but always bread will be like the main part of your meal. You can say that human beings are the highest level of species of animals, of like creations in the world, but is it okay to still have birds flying in the world? It's okay that dolphins will keep on swimming in the ocean? Of course, dolphin has their role in life, and birds and even mosquitoes. They, like, everyone are needed for a certain role and mission in the world, even though they're not the superior one, they're not the highest one. So you understand? So with no doubt, a person that is not able to digest gluten, to eat flour, to eat bread, he needs to enjoy other kinds of food that is edible for him, that is digestible for him, and that will be the healing of his body. A person that cannot understand Hebrew from any reason, he needs to keep on communicating with the Creator in the level that the Creator is talking to him, in the language that he understands. And therefore, there is no doubt that we all need to be aware and attuned to the supervision of the Creator on our lives, and to look for those signs and to follow them when they're coming. Yes, with no doubt. The answer is yes.
So, okay, thank you. So the creator, he is everything, so which means that he can send you messages in every single which way that you can fathom.
It's not that he can. He talking to you
through the creation period.
all the time. Like, the creation is telling you Hashem's will. Nothing moves in this world without the Creator's will. A broken branch, Hashem wanted it to be not wanted it. Will is that branch will be broken now. It represents something now hanged from that tree, waiting to fall, but it won't take at least 3 to 4 months until it will. It represents something. What? If it's important, you can ask Hashem. If it's not important, you can just understand and believe in its true message that is telling something superior and godly.
Thank you very much, Rav Dror. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Achei Yakar. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our dear friends and followers and homies. May the Creator bless you, and may the Creator shine upon you all. And please, let's hold hands together and let's walk in one straight line to bring redemption. You should and you shall help us with all your power and energy and wisdom and talents to bring redemption to the world. Your financial support is important to us. Your ability to share and to send the links for the videos on all social media outlets is very, very important and meaningful for us. If you can do that, to share, to like, to subscribe, and to post our links on your pages and networks, it will be amazing. It will bring huge redemption to the world. And more than that, if you have any talents, any powers, any connections, any knowledge that you want to share with us, please contact us to info@emuna.com, emuna.com, our wonderful email and website, and we will take it from there, and we'll be in touch with you guys. Thank you. May the Creator bless you with much happiness and true success and satisfaction from life. Amen.
Amen and sayonara.